We welcome you to Game 2 of North Georgia Baseball. So we're taking on Columbus State in a doubleheader today. And if you're just joining us for the first time, North Georgia in Game 1 earlier beat Columbus State 13-7. North Georgia hitting a multitude of home runs from 3 different batters, including a grand slam hit by Luke Starling, as North Georgia picked up the win 13-7, and it's turned out to be an absolutely beautiful day here at Bob Stein Stadium at Lynn Control Park. We're in the lower 60s, partly cloudy sky. The clouds have parted for the most part, and we are ready for some baseball for Game 2. This one hit deep out into center left, and it goes for a home run as Columbus State takes their first lead of the series. That coming off the bat of number 25, Kyle Ferguson. Columbus State taking a 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning of game number 2.
That's exactly what the Cougars needed here to start this game. Just after a disappointing Game 1, fell behind early and often, and jumping off to a 1-0 lead after first pitch is huge for the Cougars in this game too.
Ferguson had 4 plate appearances in the last game, but only he registered 2 hits in the 4 at-bats he had. Andrew Rubin second up to bat. And let's go through the starting lineups presented by Northeast Georgia Health System, the official healthcare partner of UNG Nighthawk Athletics. This one hit out into deep left, and that's going to be another hit for Columbus State as Andrew Rubin will get to first base. As Columbus State is 2 hits on the board with their third batter up to bat. North Georgia not off to as hot of a start as they were in Game 1 as Derek Wiley is up to bat. To continue going through the lineup, batting first and playing second base, number 25, Cody Ferguson. Serving as the designated hitter, number 13, Andrew Rubin. Playing right field, number 9, Derek Wiley. Playing and hitting cleanup and playing left field, number 18, Colby Brabston. Playing in center field, number 12, Wynn Johns. Wynn Johns hitting a multitude of home runs for Columbus State in the last game. And then batting 6th and playing first base, number 15, Cole McGlumphy. Batting 7th and playing third base, number 7, Isaiah Hernandez. Batting 8th and playing catching for Columbus State, number 14, Luke Hasty. And rounding out the batting order, playing shortstop, number 2, Jackson Shizek. And starting pitcher for North Georgia today, Wes Lott. Wiley was swinging there for strike number 2. This is Wes Lott's 5th appearance this season. Rubin was looking to steal there, but tagged safe at first. And Wes Lott will strike out his first batter of the day, bringing out to out number 1. Last time Wes Lott pitched for the Nighthawks was this past Sunday against Georgia College. He pitched 6 innings, allowing 8 hits and 3 runs. North Georgia came up on the losing end of that game. They lost 5-8 to Georgia College.
Yeah, that was a rough series for the Nighthawks against Georgia College. was expecting to see something a little better from them on the road after a big upset sweep against the number 13 team. Glad they're back on track after a Game 1 win against the Cougars here today.
This one hit into deep left field. And out number 2 will be made by Jorge Arispero. Wynn Johns, we mentioned earlier, hit a pair of home runs in the last game. Ball number 1, 1-0 count. 2 outs in the top of the first. Andrew Rubin on first for Columbus State. Looking to steal. This one swung over into Riley Frost's area. It's going to be another base hit for Columbus State. 2 runners on with 2 outs on the board. Andrew Rubin over at second with Wynn Johns at first. Strike 1. Cole McGlumphy, the first baseman, up to bat for Columbus State. And McGlumphy had 5 at-bat appearances. Was only able to record 2 hits in those 5 appearances. 1-1 count. This one hit into center field. And Andrew Rubin's going to come home for Columbus State as Columbus State has put up their second run in the top of the first inning. And head coach Tom Cantrell going out to the mound to go talk to Wes Lott.
That's big for the Cougars to, again, get another run. They didn't score one in the Game 1 until the 4th inning, and it kind of came on later in the game, so definitely carrying some momentum. They scored a few runs in the 8th inning of Game 1. Finally starting to come alive here this afternoon.
Yeah, their bats started to get more swinging in towards the second half of that game. North Georgia went up 7-0. Then they scored 2 runs in the top of the 4th and only 1 run in the top of the 5th and 6th inning. And then they were the last team to get any runs, where if you look at it from a 7th inning on standpoint, North Georgia got 4 runs and Columbus State had 3 runs. On count for Isaiah Hernandez. Isaiah Hernandez, the senior out of Pensacola, Florida. He had 1 at-bat appearance this week. That came against West Florida. Hernandez hasn't recorded a hit since they played Young Harris on February 18th. Hernandez is looking for only his third. He's had 22 at-bat appearances, but has only had 2 hits. So looking for a third hit of the season. 2-1 count, 2 outs. That one outside. Ball number 3. Wynn Johns at second base. Nicole McGlumpy at first. (3-1). And Hernandez caught swinging. Now going to bring us a full count. 2 outs on the board. Columbus State's got a runner in scoring position on second. This one going off the tip of the bat of Hernandez. Still going to be a full count. Columbus State taking a early 2-0 lead. This one hit high into left field, where Jorge Arispero will make out number 3. Columbus State takes an early 2-0 lead in the top of the first inning. We'll see what the Nighthawks bats have in store for us when we come back. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I'm here.
You've got a lot of reasons to be here. That's why we're here at Georgia Heart Institute, where advanced heart attack treatments save more hearts than anywhere in Georgia.
My baby girl is home.
Georgia Heart Institute.
All right, Joyride Beads. I hear if you run long enough, you get something called a runner's high, which sounds like something I'd really enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Mama Lake? What? Still no high, though.
Hi.
Hey. Oh, my God. There it was. My first runner's high. Well, better quit while I'm ahead. I'm good.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Back with you here in the bottom of the first inning for game number 2 of our doubleheader against Columbus State University. If you're just joining us, Columbus State was able to take a 2-0 lead in the top of the first inning. With a home run was scored and another runner advanced.
The Hawks
It was Cody Ferguson on the very first pitch of the game. Hit a home run for Columbus State, putting them up 1-0 over North Georgia. And then a little bit later in the top, Kyle McGlumpy singled over to right field with Wynn Johns coming home. And Columbus State up 2-0 over North Georgia. Andrew Zopata will lead off for the Nighthawks, and let's take a look at North Georgia starting lineup presented by Northeast Georgia Health System, the official healthcare partner of UNG Nighthawk Athletics. Batting first and playing center field, number 28, Andrew Zopata. Batting second and serving as a designated hitter, Noah Darden. Batting third and playing shortstop, number 23, Riley Frost. Cleaning up for North Georgia in Game 2 and playing right field, number 5, Edwin Bowman. Batting fifth and playing and catching for the Nighthawks, number 34, Kyle Robish. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 18, Philip Ard. 1-1 count for Opada. Batting seventh and playing left field, number 1, Jorge Arispero. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 9, Brady Skipper. And batting last for the Nighthawks and playing third base, number 14, Luke Starling. And North Georgia starting pitcher, Wes Lott. Opada hitting this one in between the bases and gets a base hit for North Georgia, putting him on first. Freshman star out of West Forsyth High School, Noah Darden, now up to bat for North Georgia.
Opada and Darden have been excellent so far today. That's 7 hits between them with Opada's hit there. They've each scored 3 runs and had 2 RBIs between them.
Darden looking to add on to his hit total today. One count. Johnny Dow is the starting pitcher for Columbus State. Darden goes out in his first appearance. Bring us out number 1, Riley Frost, now up to bat for North Georgia. Johnny Dow has started in 4 games this season for Columbus State. He's currently pitching a 3.13 ERA. Riley Frost up to bat for North Georgia. Frost earlier in the day had 5 at-bat appearances. In those 5, he was only able to count for 1 hit.
That 1 hit was a huge hit, though, for Riley Frost. He's able to send one in the gap and score 2 runs for the Nighthawks. Came with the bases loaded.
In that 1 hit, was able to record a double. That pitch outside from Dow. We'll walk Riley first to first. Andrews Opada at second. Riley Frost at first. 1 out on the board. Opada in scoring position. Edwin Bowman up to bat. That pitch low and outside, but for ball number 1. Bowman gonna hit this one into right field. Opada gonna come home. Opada safe. And there was a error at third base, and North Georgia gonna tie the game at 2. Riley Frost coming home and Andrews Opada coming home respond right back to Columbus State's 2-run top of the first inning with 2 runs of their own. As Kyle Robish is going to step into the batter's box for North Georgia.
Nice job by the Nighthawks to answer right back, and some aggressive base running pays off for them. Riley Frost able to score all the way from first thanks to a throwing error. That ball got by the third baseman, Hernandez.
Ball number 1 to Robish. Robish making his first appearance all weekend. Had a chance to talk with him a few days ago, and him and his fellow teammates seem pretty confident on taking on Columbus State, who was coming in red hot into this weekend, winning 6 straight games, all coming against ranked teams, including a win over number 16 Young Harris, number 25 Quincy, and then most recently the two-game sweep of number 9 West Florida. Bailey, you've had your share of games playing against Columbus State for the women's soccer team. You guys most recently had the Peach Belt Conference Tournament finale. And that Robish tagged for out number 2 at first base, while Bowman advances to third. Philip Ard back up to bat for North Georgia. And to go back on to what we were saying, you guys played him in the tournament championship last year. You guys played him in the last game of the regular season to take home that regular season title. What's it been like playing against Columbus State, especially since that? Now this one hit out into left field, and North Georgia, as Edwin Bowman comes home, take the lead 3-2 over Columbus State. North Georgia responding immediately to Columbus State's 2-run inning to retake the lead. Jorge Arisbro is up to bat. That one just inside the box. Strike one. 1-1 count for Arisbro.
Arisbro was able to get things started for the Nighthawks in Game 1. He got a solo home run in the top of the second inning to give the Nighthawks the lead. They never looked back in Game 1.
The 2-1. This one hit high and will land out of play. Two outs on the board. Runner on first. That one low for ball number 3. A full count for Arisbro. North Georgia looking to take advantage of their 3-2 lead to add on to it. Philip Ard on first. And Arisbro swings at this one, and it'll bring an end to the bottom of the first inning. North Georgia responds back to Columbus State's 2 runs from the top of the first with 3 of their own. North Georgia leads Columbus State 3-2 as we head to the top of the second inning. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Back with you here in Dahlonega. The top of the second inning. And Greg Appleton having a pretty heated conversation with the home plate ump. Lislett on the mound for North Georgia. This one hit high around first base. Philip Ard going to come up with the catch for out number 1 in the top of the second. Jackson Chiswick up to bat for Columbus State. Chiswick. This one grounded over towards the shortstop, and out number 2 is made at first.
A better start to the inning, too, for West Lott, getting 2 quick outs after his batters able to get a 3-run bottom of the first inning. That's big to get 2 quick outs.
Cody Ferguson back up to bat. Ferguson on the very first pitch of the game, if you're just joining us, very first pitch of the game, hit a solo home run to left field. This one hit high up into center field where Opada will make the catch. Quick second inning brings us to the bottom of the second. North Georgia up 3-2. You're watching the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Considering a career change? Ready to lead in healthcare? Be a nurse in 15 months with our accelerated Bachelor's of Nursing track. Learn more at ung.edu/ABSN.
Back here on the Nighthawk Sports Network, bottom of the second inning. It was a quick top of the second. Now Brady Skipper up to bat for North Georgia. This one's going to be fouled back for the 0-1 count. This one lands into fair territory, and Brady Skipper will record a double. So he goes over to second base. And right now we're rounding up the batting order. Luke Starling up to bat.
Starling got that grand slam back in game 1 to put this game out of reach for the Cougars.
Starling looking to add to that. His lone hit, as you mentioned, was that grand slam that was in the bottom of the 3rd inning. The 0-1. Starting to show bunt formation. Got a runner on scoring position. Brady Skipper. Nighthawks looking to add on to their 3-2 lead over the Cougars. That one just outside, ball number 1. One, two. This one swung in into the ground. Going to stay the 1-2 count. That pitch way outside for ball number 2. No outs. Brady Skipper on second for the Nighthawks. Opada in the circle for North Georgia. Full count for Luke Starling. Starling going to hit this one over into right field. Bring us to out number 1 in the bottom of the 2nd. Andrews Opada, the leadoff hitter for North Georgia, up to bat in his 2nd appearance in the batter's box today, or in this game. He's able to get a base hit in the bottom of the 1st. Skipper is still on second for North Georgia. Opada going to hit this one out high into center field, where the catch will be made by Wynn Johns. And Brady Skipper is going to try and come home. And Skipper is going to be tagged out at home. And that will bring an end to the bottom of the 2nd inning. North Georgia up 3-2 over Columbus State. You're watching UNG Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Start of the top of the 3rd inning. Back up to bat number 13, Andrew Rubin back up to bat for Columbus State. Recorded a hit in the top of the 1st inning for the Cougars. you're just joining us, doubleheader day for baseball and softball as well. Softball on the road taking on USC Aiken, and earlier today, North Georgia beat USC Aiken 5-1. And then this one hit out into center field. Opata with the catch for out number 1. North Georgia in the second game against USC Aiken today. Victorious in that one. Shut out the Pacers 5-0. Tavi Denton with 10 strikeouts in that one. North Georgia looks to complete the series sweep tomorrow in Aiken, South Carolina.
Dominant pitcher for the softball team, and along with Kristen Davis, 2 very strong arms that hold teams very low scoring.
They're doing a good job holding it down for the Nighthawks on the pitching end for softball, as they are the #1 team in the nation. And also looking to repeat as national champions. They actually haven't had a repeat winner for Division II softball since the late 90s. North Georgia looking to do that for the first time in 20 years in Division II. Derek Wiley up to bat for Columbus State. He struck out in the top of the first. Wiley going to hit this one into the ground. Going to stay at 2-2 count. 1 out on the board. No runners on base. Full count for Derek Wiley. That one going to be ruled a strike, and Lott will get a strikeout. His second one of the day. Derek Wiley not happy about the call.
He's going to be tossed
it looks like
throwing his helmet there.
Umps have ejected Derek Wiley from the game.
Wiley just getting the frustration, get the best of him. He's to keep his calm there, stay in the game, but unable to do so as he throws his helmet, and that's going to be the last we see of him here today.
You played for women's soccer for 4 or 5. It was 4 seasons. Or 5. 5 seasons. Have you, in the terms of soccer, it'd be a red card. But did you ever get ejected in your career?
I never did.
Never did?
I never did. No, I didn't. I played aggressive, but I was smart about when I was aggressive, so never got a red card.
What did your coaches over the time tell you about, staying calm and all that? Because this is a situation where it's very early on in the game and you get ejected, and a player that you probably don't want to leave the game. What would your coaches tell you over the years?
Definitely just to keep your head level, because the game is very high and low. There's going to be a lot of moments you're going to get frustrated, but you've just got to stay calm, and you can't let the game or the umpire or the ref, whatever it may be, you can't let them get in your head. You just have to remain calm, especially this early on in the game. We have played 9 innings here, so that's very unfortunate to see Wiley lose his cool this early in the game.
This one going to go for a base hit for Wynn Johns. Wynn Johns up to bat. Colby Brabston at first. That pitch low for ball number 1. John swings at that one. Brabson was looking to steal second. In the 5 at-bats last game, Derek Wiley got 3 hits and was able to bat a run in as well and only struck out once. So not somebody Columbus State wanted to see leave the game early. 1-1 count for Johns. Johns in the game, in game 1 today. That pitch low. Was able to hit a pair of home runs. Colby Brabston on first. 2 out to the top of the 3rd. This one's going to be fouled back for strike number 2. 2s across the board. That pitch low, and it'll be a full count. When John's looking to go perfect in this game so far. This one just gets over the infield, and it'll be another base hit for Wynn Johns, keeping him perfect on the day, or on the game.
Looked like the third base coach wanted Brabison to advance to third there, but Brabison was looking in center field and missed the wave around sign from his coach.
Columbus State at the top of the 3rd. It's gotten to 6 hits. North Georgia currently at 5. They've only played 2 innings. Cole McGlumphy, first baseman, swings at that one, bringing us an 0-1 count. North Georgia in the last game had 14 hits, while Columbus State had 12. This is a high-hitting affair between both teams. North Georgia now at 19 hits overall on the day. And Columbus State with 18 hits in total on the day. McGlumphy swings at that one, a 1-2 count. Colby Brabson at second, Wynn Johns at first. Columbus State looking to tie or take the lead in the top of the 3rd. That one just inside, and Wes Lott secures his 3rd strikeout of the game as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. You're watching North Georgia Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
And back with you here on the Nighthawk Sports Network in the bottom of the third. And Greg Appleton, head coach of the Cougars, having a pretty heated meeting with the umpires. That's not the first time he's been heated with them in this game so far. If you're just joining us in the top of the third inning, Derek Wiley got ejected for a strike call. Noah Darden now up to bat for North Georgia. Derek Wiley struck out in the top of the third inning, was not happy with the ump's call, and proceeded to slam his helmet into the ground, and that's what led to the ejection for Wiley. And Wiley was able to record a few hits in game number 1 of today.
Yeah, the Cougars as a whole have not been very happy with the umpires here today. We've seen the fans very frustrated with a handful of the umpires' calls behind the plate, and then Appleton has met with them the past 2 innings, and then we saw Wiley show his frustration last inning.
Cole Eason now going to be out there in center field in replacement of Riley. So Wiley out of the game and Cole Eason in. Two count for Noah Darden. Darden looking for his first hit of this game. That pitch way outside for ball number 3. It's going to be a full pitch for the freshman. Darden hitting this one over towards third base, and he will be tagged out at first. Now bringing up Riley Frost. Frost in the bottom of the first inning was walked.
Number 23, Riley Frost.
That one right down the middle for a strike. Riley Frost in the last game had 5 at-bat appearances. Was able to get a hit, score some runs in, and his lone hit was double. Dow's pitch there, way outside for ball number 2. Shadows are starting to overtake the outfield here at Bob Stein Stadium, particularly left and center field. And Frost will strike out. Edwin Bowman back up to bat for North Georgia. Bowman looking to stay perfect in this game. So able to bat a run in the bottom of the first inning. And gets this one over towards the shortstop, but he's going to get tagged out at first base, and that'll bring us to an end of the third inning. Still a close one here, and Dahlonega, North Georgia, up 3-2 over Columbus State. You're watching UNG Baseball on the Nighthawks.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
I'm here.
You've got a lot of reasons to be here.
I'm here.
That's why we're here at Georgia Heart Institute, where advanced heart attack treatment protocols are saving more hearts than anywhere else in the state. That's why we're here.
I'm here.
So you'll always be there. The future of heart care, we're leading Georgia there. Georgia Heart Institute.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Westlot still on the mound for the Nighthawks as we enter the top of the fourth inning. North Georgia holding on to a 3-2 lead over Columbus State. Columbus State started out 2-0 over North Georgia in the top of the first inning, and then North Georgia responding with 3 runs of their own to take the lead.
Yeah, both pitchers have.
This one hit over towards the shortstop, or tagged out at first will happen, bringing us to out number 1 in the bottom of the fourth.
Both pitchers have definitely settled in here in this game. They both started out a little bit rough. 5 runs between both pitchers in the first inning, but zeros on the scoreboard since. They've done a nice job to settle in and keep the hitters off the base pass.
Luke Hasty up to bat for Columbus State. Going to hit this one right on the foul line. Going to be ruled fair. Going to get a base hit. They're going to round to second base. Hasty records his first hit of the day. North Georgia men's basketball team is in action today, taking on Clayton State. It's going to be a bunt by Jackson Chiswick, and he's going to get there on time to first base. No play made, so you're going to have runners on the corners. Luke Hasty on third, and Jackson Chiswick on first.
It's not a bad idea by Starling over there at third to see if that ball to roll foul just stays on the fair line to give a bunt single to Hasty.
Chiswick was looking to steal at first. Stays put. Lots pitch there, goes for a strike, 0-1 count. This is Ferguson's third plate appearance today. Hit a home run earlier in this game, but the first runs up of the game. Once across the board, runners on the corners. Lots pitch way outside for ball 2. North Georgia has 2 pitchers warming up in the bullpen. Three-one count now. The 3-1. And a tag will be made at second base for out number 2. But that's not without Columbus State getting a run in, tying the game at 3. Luke Hasty able to come home. This one hit high up into the air into right center. Andrew Zapata makes the catch, and that brings us to the bottom of the 4th inning. Columbus State tying this one up at 3. We'll be back right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Greatness. Greatness is defined as striving to succeed. It is giving everything you have to achieve your goals. It's not defined by the numbers of games you lose, the numbers of shots you miss, but it's the risk in failing that will define your greatness. You earn it by showing up early, by pushing yourself every day, by working harder than everyone else. And when you've reached that point of giving up, you don't. Most people are good, others are great. Find your greatness.
And they're also good at softball. They're probably the best team outside of us. Back here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Back up to bat, number 34,
Kyle Robish back up to bat for North Georgia. Luke Hasty was able to come home for Columbus State in the top of the 4th inning while a tag was being made at second base, tying the game at 3 apiece. North Georgia looks to retake the lead here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-0 count goes for a strike. Kyle Robish on the season has appeared in 9 games this season. With 24 at-plate appearances. This one hit over to the shortstop. A tag made at first base. Philip Ard back up to bat for the Nighthawks. Going into this weekend, .255 batting average for Philip Ard. That one low for ball number 1.
Ard's been a great addition to this lineup this season, been a difference maker in his first year at the Nighthawks. Previously played at Georgia Southern.
Now a 2-1 count for Ard. As we mentioned earlier, men's basketball in action right now. Ard going to hit this one over into left field. Ard recording another hit. As he goes over to first base as Jorge Arispro steps back up to the plate for North Georgia. Men's basketball team in action right now, taking on Clayton State, looking to potentially get a share of the Peach Belt title, regular season title. And currently right now in the second half, 14:46 left to go. North Georgia up 66-37, holding on to a 29-point lead over Clayton State.
Be awesome to see the men's basketball team at least get a share of the Peach Belt. They've had a fantastic year, and they definitely deserve to have it. So hopefully they can pull it out and have some things go their way in the other games today.
The 0-2 for ball one. And it will all come down to the massive matchup between Lander and USC Aiken. This one hit up high in the air. Where's the shortstop? Jackson Shizek comes up with the catch for out number 2 as Brady Skipper steps back into the box for North Georgia. 1-1 count for Skipper. Skipper swings at that one, bringing it to strike 2, 1-2. Skipper swings at this one, bringing us to out number 3 and the end of the 4th inning. Top of the 5th is up next. Tie game, North Georgia 3, Columbus State 3. We'll be back right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it.
Back with you here in Dahlonega. Out number 1 made over at first base. Is now number 24, Cole Eisen up to bat for Columbus State. This one thrown over to first base, where out number 2 has been made.
Nice job by Westlaw to get 2 quick outs. He's done that some consecutive innings, kept the runners off, the leadoff hitters. About 8 hits so far to the Cougars here through 5 innings of work.
Westlaw's pitch right there goes for a strike. So a 1-1 count for Colby Brabston. This one hit over into right shallow. And the tag will not be made in time as Brabston goes to first. Wynn Johns, perfect on the game so far, 2 for 2 in the batter's box.
Wynn Johns has been a tough out for the Nighthawks here this afternoon. Has a couple home runs on the day, and then like you mentioned, he's been perfect so far in this game.
The 0-1. That one low and into the ground for ball number 1. That one off the tip of John's bat. 1-2 count, 2 outs, and the top of the 5th. And that pass thrown a little too high. Colby Brabston able to steal second. That one outside. Ball 3, full count, 2 outs, top of the 5th. Colby Brabston is in the scoring position for Columbus State. Game tied at 3. Westlot looking for his 4th strikeout. Well, it's got 3 strikeouts on the game so far. The ump is talking to Wynn Johns.
Big moment for both teams with Brabston in scoring position. If John's able to get a hit here, the Cougars can take their first lead here. Take the lead back, actually.
Full count, West. And that one just outside, and Wynn Johns will walk to first. Colby Brabston at second, Wynn Johns at first. Cole McGlumphy up to bat. Tom Cantrell going to walk out to the mound and talk to Wes Lott. We're going to see what. This is just a talk or a pitching change at the mound. And it looks like Wes Lott's day will be done.
It's not a bad outing from Wes Lott either. 4.2 innings pitched, had 3 earned runs and 9 hits on the day. Also recorded 3 strikeouts.
Awaiting number confirmation. Number 31, Jarrett Bales. is going to be stepping on to pitch for North Georgia.
Call to the bullpen. Now pitching for the Nighthawks is number 31, Jarrett Bales.
Jarrett Bales this season.
Today's call to the bullpen is presented by Wendy.
He's made 5 appearances for the Nighthawks at the mound. Most innings he's pitched in a game this year came in the opening series against Mars Hill, where he pitched just a little over 2 innings. And in his 5 mound appearances, he's only allowed 1 run. And he struck out 3 separate batters in that time span. With his last appearance coming last weekend against Georgia College, where he allowed his lone run this past Sunday of the season. So 2 outs on the board. Columbus State looking to retake the lead. North Georgia looking to prevent and keep the game tied. Colby Brabston at second. Wynn Johns at first. Cole McLumphley up to bat for Columbus State in his 3rd at-bat appearance in this game. McLumphley registered 2 hits in the last game. Registered 1 so far in this one. Runners on second and first. That one pitch high for ball number 1. Jarrett Bales, the sophomore out of Gainesville. Two-0 count with 2 outs on the board. That one goes for strike number 1. This one hit high up in the air. And the out was not made. Was around foul territory. Philip Ard was attempting to grab that one to bring the top of the 5th to an end.
Definitely a nice hustle play from Ard, Bales, and Robish, all chasing after that ball, but that ball falls harmless on the turf.
The 2-2. And Jarrett Bales records his first strikeout of the day, bringing us to out number 3 of the top of the 5th inning. North Georgia working themselves out of a pinch. We take you to the bottom of the 5th. Still tied at 3. You're watching the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Here in Dahlonega, we treasure our history.
We treasure our waterfalls.
We treasure our wine.
But most of all, we treasure our guests.
We are a family.
We treasure our community.
And we're an experience for you to discover.
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 The heart of the Georgia mountains.
The heart of the Georgia mountains.
Discover the heart of the Georgia mountains.
The mountains are open.
In the bottom of the 5th inning, it is an absolutely gorgeous afternoon here in Dahlonega. No clouds in the sky, and temperatures currently in the lower 60s. Could not ask for any better weather. Earlier today it was all cloudy, and there was some mist here and there, and just overall a little bit cold, but then the clouds started to break up during the last game, and now it is a completely clear sky here in Dahlonega. What is a very, very compelling matchup. Luke Starling back up to bat for North Georgia. Two-one. This one hit deep into left, but will land in foul territory. The 2-2. And Starling will strike out. Andrew Zapata, the leadoff hitter for the Nighthawks today. 1 for 2 in this game so far.
Johnny Dow has been impressive on the mound so far for the Cougars. After that first inning, he's settled down really nicely. Only got 5 hits so far. Had 4 strikeouts on the day.
That pitch low and outside for ball number 2. If you're just joining us, Devin Kupka, Bailey Vessel, bottom of the 5th inning. Score tied at 3-3. Cody Ferguson for Columbus State on the very first pitch hit a solo home run. Opata going to get walked. 4 straight balls from Johnny Dow. There's now Noah Darden up to bat. Cougars are able to get to another run in the top of the first, holding a 2-0 lead over North Georgia going into the bottom of the first. Then North Georgia able to get their pair of runs of their own, taking the lead over Columbus State 3-2. And then in the top of the 4th inning, Columbus State put another run up, tying the game at 3. We've been tied at 3 since the top of the 4th. That pitch low, 1-1 count. Darden with a couple of big moments for North Georgia on the batting side of things this season. That pitch way outside, ball number 2.
He's still looking for his first hit here in game 2. Could come at a better time if he's able to advance Opata, break this deadlock.
Andrew Opata on first base for North Georgia. Darden swinging at that one. Brings up strike number 2 for a 2-2 count. Opata looking to steal to second. Decides to go back to first. this one low and might have hit the ground. And it looked like it might have bounced up in the air. And it looks like Andrew Zapata goes to second. Darden will be at first. Sun coming towards in the press box. Riley Frost back up to bat for North Georgia. 1 out on the board, tied 3-3. Opata in scoring position.
As soon as that ball hit the turf off of Noah Darden's bat, knew he was going to be safe with his speed. Cougars were unable to get him out on that single in the infield for Noah Darden.
That pitch low for ball number 1. One's across the board. Opata on second, Darden on first. Frost gonna hit this one. Darden gonna get tagged out at second, and the double play is made. Riley Frost gets tagged out at first as well. We stayed tied at 3 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. You're watching UNG Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Back with you here in the top of the 6th inning. Isaiah Hernandez back up to bat for Columbus State. 0 for 2 on the day so far. Hernandez going to hit this one into left field. Going to record his first hit of the day. So Luke Hasty's going to come up to bat for Columbus State. Bale's going to throw over to first. Make sure that Hernandez doesn't steal. This one going to get hit deep into center field. Opata going to come up with the routine catch for out number 1. Jackson Chiswick up to bat for Columbus State. One for 2 on the game so far. Grounded out earlier in this game and also recorded a hit as well. He's going to bunt here. He's going to get tacked out at first while Isaiah Hernandez advances to second. So 2 outs on the board. Hernandez at second. Still tied at 3. As Cody Ferguson is back up to bat at the top of the lineup.
It's a nice play by the pitcher, Jarrett Bells. Chiswick put that butt down in a nice spot, almost no man's land, but Bells does a nice job coming from the mound to pick that up and toss that to first.
That pitch right down the middle for strike 1. That one almost hit Ferguson. Ball 1. That one right down the middle for strike number 2. That one way outside, and Hernandez is going to steal third. 2 outs on the board. Isaiah Hernandez on third base. Game tied at 3 in the top of the 6th inning. Goes for a foul. Count stays at 2-2. That one just outside. Ball 3, full count. Isaiah Hernandez on third base. Game tied at 3 in the top of the 6th. Cody Ferguson, full count. Jarrett Bales looking to get his second strikeout. And that pitch goes for a ball, and Ferguson walked to first. Andrew Rubin up to bat now. And Tom Cantrell is going to walk out to the mound. Bales has pitched a full inning, only struck out 1 batter. We'll see if Cantrell's going to make a pitching change. Looks like he's just going to be talking to Bales. So at the moment, we've got runners on the corners. Isaiah Hernandez on third. Cody Ferguson on first.
The Cougars have had several runners in scoring position the past few innings, but have been unable to capitalize. And as this game gets later on, it's the team that is able to capitalize with runners in scoring position is going to win this game. So this is a big moment for both teams. If Bale's able to work out, this would be a huge win for him. And the Cougars and Rubin want to get it hit here to take the lead late in this game.
Andrew Rubin up to bat for Columbus State. Looking to record his second hit of the day. That one right down the middle by Bales. Strike number 1. Some hand signals coming out from Robish to Bales. 0-2 count. The 0-2. That one outside for ball 1. Bales looking to get North Georgia out of a pinch for a second consecutive inning. Bales coming up with a clutch strikeout in the top of the 5th. The 1-2. And Bales gets his second consecutive inning to end on a strikeout. And North Georgia comes up clutch in the top of the inning, preventing any runs from Columbus State. We're still tied at 3. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching the Nighthawk Sports Network.
I'm here.
You've got a lot of reasons to be here. That's why we're here at Georgia Heart Institute, where advanced heart attack treatments save more hearts than anywhere in Georgia.
My baby girl is home.
Georgia Heart Institute.
All right, Joyride Beads. I hear if you run long enough, you get something called a runner's high, which sounds like something I'd really enjoy. Let's do this. Okay, so far so good. Mama Lake? What? Still no high, though. Hi. Hey. Oh, my God. There it was. My first runner's high. Well, better quit while I'm ahead. God, I'm good.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Back with you here in Dahlonega for the bottom of the 6th inning. Jarrett Bales and the Nighthawks defense coming in clutch at the end of the top innings in the top of the 5th and 6th, getting themselves out of a pinch. Edwin Bowman up to bat for the Nighthawks now. That first pitch goes for a strike from Dow.
Yeah, both defenses have tightened up here late in this game. Cougars able to get a double play to end the Nighthawks' threat.
That one hit over into left foul territory. Cantrell having to dive. I think I saw Cantrell last year. I think it was a game last year, and I swear he did a backflip after a foul ball.
He might have done that. Almost did it there, just landed on his butt that time to avoid that ball from Edwin Bowman.
Bowman's going to strike out here, bringing out number 1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kyle Robish back up to bat for the Nighthawks. That first pitch going for a ball. Game tied at 3. North Georgia looking to retake their lead that they had early on at the game. First strike right there for a 2-1 count for Robish. That pitch just outside for ball number 3. 3-1. And it will go for ball number 4, and Robish will walk to first. Philip Ard back up to bat for North Georgia. So far in his 2 plate appearances, he's perfect on the day, registering 2 hits for the Nighthawks. This one is going to be sent out of play and a 0-1 count.
That's big for Robish to reach right before Philip Ard. Like you said, he's been perfect on the day. He's seen the ball really well off Dow's hands, so we'll see if that Nighthawks are able to capitalize with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
The 0-1 to Ard. That one's going to go outside for ball number 1. That one hit high into right center field. And that one will drop right below before the wall. And Kyle Robish is rounding home, and he is safe. North Georgia retakes the lead 4-3 as Philip Ard hits a double, and Kyle Robish comes home for North Georgia as the Nighthawks retake the lead 4-3 over Columbus State.
Huge at bat from Philip Ard, gets his 2nd RBI on the day, and Robish does a nice job. He read that ball really well off the bat, is able to score all the way from first to give the Nighthawks a 1-run lead late in this game.
Yeah, and you mentioned Philip Ard staying perfect on the day, getting his 2nd RBI as well of this game. Jorge Arispero looking for his first hit of this 2nd game. And Greg Appleton going out to the mound to talk to Johnny Dow. And Johnny Dow's game is over. They're a little over 5 innings pitched.
I'm a little surprised that Coach Appleton didn't take Dow out before Philip Ard came up to bat. Ard was definitely the thorn in the side of Johnny Dow, going 3 for 3. Other than that, Dow did a nice job against every other Nighthawk hitter.
So Columbus State changes their pitcher in this game for the first time. As number 28, Leo Giannani, comes in. Giannani on the season has posted a 1.93 ERA on the season and has recorded 20 strikeouts on the year. He's appeared in 6 games so far this season, with his last game pitching coming this past Tuesday against West Florida. He pitched for just a little over 3 innings, only allowing 2 hits and striking out 3 batters against the number 9th ranked team in the nation. So Columbus State throwing their ace out there in the middle of game 2 of a 3-game series. Leo Giannani throwing some interesting pitches in the warm-up period as Jorge Arispero is up to bat for the Nighthawks. As you mentioned earlier, Arispero looking for his first hit of this game. And Giannani's first pitch goes for a ball. That one goes for a strike. Giannani has the lowest ERA for Columbus State with a 1.93 ERA. This one tipped off the bat of Arisborough. It's going to be a 1-2 count.
Giannani throws the ball at a different arm angle than Dow did, and a lot of different pitchers. He comes from a lower angle. It's going to take some time for the Nighthawk hitters to adjust to that.
And Leo Giannani strikes out his first batter. And Jorge Arisborough. Brady Skipper up to bat. 2 outs on the board in the bottom of the 6th. North Georgia retaking the lead. An exciting day of baseball today. The lead swapping a few times between North Georgia and Columbus State in this matchup. Skipper looking to record his second hit in this game. That one right down the middle for strike number 1, a 2-1 count. Philip Ard on second base for the Nighthawks. That pitch high and outside for ball number 3, 3-1 count. And Skipper swings at that one. Bring us to a full count. This one will land in foul territory. Still full count. And Giannani strikes out his second consecutive batter to bring an end to the bottom of the 6th inning. Philip Ard with the double to put North Georgia back in the lead as North Georgia leads Columbus State 4-3 as we head to the top of the 7th. You're watching the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Shop, play, and stay in Dahlonega, the heart of the North Georgia mountains.
Considering a career change? Ready to lead in healthcare? nurse in 15 months with their accelerated bachelor's of nursing.
Cole Ison back up to bat for Columbus State. Davin Kupka, Bailey Vessel here on the call for the Nighthawk Sports Network. If you're just joining us. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Philip Ard hit a double, scoring Kyle Robish home as North Georgia retook the lead 4-3 over Columbus State. North Georgia winning their game earlier today over the Cougars, winning that one 13-7. In what is a double header today. Yesterday, a rainy day in Dahlonega, unable to play, so postponed today for a doubleheader in what turned out to be an absolutely gorgeous day here in Dahlonega. This one hit high into left center field. Opada's going to make the routine catch to bring us to out number 1. It was cloudy earlier to start game 1 of our doubleheader, and the clouds started breaking away into where there is not a single cloud in the sky as we start to hit that evening time here in Dahlonega. Temperature still in the lower 60s, so absolutely gorgeous weather. Tom Cantrell going to speak to Jarrett Bales at the mound, see if he makes a change, and it doesn't look like Cantrell will. Bales in the last 2 innings has got North Georgia out of a little bit of a pinch. He had runners in scoring position in the top of the 5th. Bales was able to strike out the last batter in that inning. And then in the top of the 6th, you had runners on the corners, and Bales was able to strike the last batter out in the top of the 6th as well.
Yeah, he's been fantastic so far in his 1.2 innings of work. Looks like he's going to be done for the day, however. Where it's going to be Zach Green on the mound now for the Nighthawks.
Now it looks like Tom Cantrell has made a pitching change at the mound. Zach Green, 2.45 ERA on the season. Green has made numerous appearances for North Georgia this season at the mound. This will be his 8th appearance. His last appearance coming last weekend, 1 week ago. Pitched just a little over 1 innings, allowing only 1 hit, walking 1 batter and striking out a batter. And so far in the season, he's got 6 strikeouts. Season high came against Salem last month in the first game of the series, where he struck out 3 batters. And just in a little over 2 innings of pitching.
He's been a very reliable pitcher in the bullpen for Coach Cantrell, the Nighthawks. Only got up 8 hits so far this season and only 2 earned runs.
Green gets ready to hopefully close out the game against Columbus State. Colby Brabston back in the batter's box for the Cougars. Green's first pitch goes for a strike. Brabston swinging at that one, 0-2 count. 1 out on the board in the top of the 7th. North Georgia 4-3 over Columbus State. That pitch low and outside for a ball. And Zach Green strikes out his first batter he faces today in Colby Brabston, bringing him out to 7 strikeouts on the year for Zach Green. So now it was the second out. North Georgia looking to close this one out and head to the bottom of the 7th. That one tipped and into the ground for strike 1. That pitch outside for the first ball. That one just outside, ball 2. That one also just to the outside. Now it's a 3-1 count. The 3-1, that one outside, and Wynn Johns will walk to first. 2 outs on the board. Kyle McGluffy, the first baseman, up to bat for the Cougars. Kyle Robish going to the mound. Talk to Zach Green to try and finish the top of the 7th. Wynn Johns at first base for the Cougars. McGlumphy swings at Green's first pitch. 0-1 count. That one right down the middle. 0-2. The 0-2. This one hit over into Ard's area, and the tag is made at first. Bringing us to the bottom of the 7th. North Georgia leading this one 4-3. You're watching UNG Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Bottom of the 7th inning, Luke Starling will be back up to bat for North Georgia to round out the batting order for the Nighthawks. Doubleheader today in Clayton State for North Georgia. North Georgia women's basketball team able to pick up the win down in Clayton, Georgia. And the men's basketball team beat Clayton State 90-69 today. And if Lander and USC Aiken will be facing off against each other later tonight, and if Lander wins that matchup, North Georgia will get a share of the Peach Belt Conference regular season title. So North Georgia victorious 90-69 over Clayton State, bringing them to 22-6 overall on the season. Luke Starling brings us first out in the bottom of the 7th. Back up to the start of the batting order, Andrews Opada.
Giannotti struck out all 3 batters he's faced so far. Hitters having a hard time adjusting to his style of throwing.
This one hit deep out into right field, lands in fair territory. Opada going around first, and he's going to try, and he's going to slide at third. Opada records a triple. 1 out on the board. Noah Darden, and this will be a big test here. Leo Giannani with his sidearm style going against the freshman Noah Darden. And you mentioned there earlier the pitching style a little bit different. Might have gave North Georgia a different look coming from the mound.
Yeah,
but Andrews Opada able to hit a triple off of Giannani. Darden hit an absolute strike towards Columbus State's dugout.
Cougars infield is going to be playing in here against Darden, hoping to get Opada out at home if he breaks on Darden contact.
North Georgia leading 4-3. Darden swings at this one, strike number 2.
It's a huge run with Opada on third. Give the Nighthawks a little bit more of a cushion.
Shade is fully overtaken. It's overtook Bob Stein Stadium here. Darden hits this one in the ground, but it's going to be ruled foul. 1 out. Andrews Opada on third in scoring position. North Georgia looking to extend their lead over Columbus State. That one just outside. Ball 2. Columbus State's fans not happy with the call. 2-2 count. Darden flies this one, but it'll land out of play. Two count. Darden to look to key in another run for North Georgia. That one just outside for ball 3. Full count.
The Cougars are very frustrated with that call. Thought that should have been strike 3 on Darden.
Opada on third. North Georgia up 4-3. It looks like Darden might have tipped that one. So count's going to stay full. 1 out. Opada on third. That one tips off the bat of Darden. Coming into this weekend, Columbus State, the hottest team in the Peach Belt. North Georgia able to take them down earlier, 13-7. Currently lead 4-3, looking to add to their lead. You have Opata on third. The full count. That one hit into the ground as well for another foul.
It's been a great at-bat by Darden, fouling off Giannani, waiting for his pitch.
Darden able to keep himself alive. And he swings at that one. And Giannani records his 4th strikeout. Riley Frost yet to record a hit today. Struck out and was walked earlier in the game. Two outs, bottom of the 7th. Frost swings at the first pitch. Opata still on third. North Georgia looking to extend their lead over Columbus State. Currently 4-3 over the Cougars. This one hit into the ground but ruled foul, so it's an 0-2 count. Leo Giannani with his sidearm pitch. That one a strike towards North Georgia's dugout area. Still an 0-2 count with 2 outs on the board. That one outside for ball 1. Opata on third, looking to come home. This one, a bomb hit out into left field, and out number 3 will be made by Colby Brabston. North Georgia still leading this one 4-3 as we head to the top of the 8th inning. You're watching North Georgia baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Northeast Georgia Health System is a proud supporter of North Georgia Nighthawk Athletics.
Top of the 8th inning. Zach Green still on the pitching mound for North Georgia as the Nighthawks lead Columbus State 4-3. Isaiah Hernandez back up to bat for Columbus State. That first pitch from Green goes for a ball. That pitch low from Green for ball 2. North Georgia's got 2 pitchers warming up in the bullpen. Zach Green looking to close out this game for the Nighthawks. The 2-0. That one right down the middle for strike 1. That pitch low. 3-1. Isaiah Hernandez swings at that one, bringing us to a full count. These two long-time Peach Belt rivals colliding today. This one hit over towards Riley Frost, and the out was made at first. Frost to Phillip Ard. Connected. And it looks like they actually are going to rule Isaiah Hernandez safe, where the initial ruling was out. We'll see what the umps say.
It was a fantastic play regardless by Riley Frost and Phillip Ard. Frost did a nice job to keep that ball in the infield. And
Isaiah Hernandez going to be ruled safe at first. And Tom Cantrell coming out to the pitching mound to talk to Zach Green. We'll see if he makes a pitching change. And he will. Zach Green's day is done. We'll wait, see who's on the mound for North Georgia. Jacob Lassier. 2.25 ERA for the Nighthawks this season. One of the lowest on the team for North Georgia. So far this season, he's made 7 pitching appearances, striking out a combined 5 batters this season. His last appearance came this past weekend on Sunday against Georgia College, where he pitched just a little over 3 innings, only allowing 1 hit and 1 run in those 3 innings pitched, and walked no batters. So Lassier looking to close this one out for the Nighthawks as they hold a 4-3 lead over Columbus State.
Lassier often comes in to pitch after Zach Green. Definitely a matchup that Coach Control likes. Green, the lefty pitcher, then Lassier coming on from the right side. Gives the batters a different look.
North Georgia responding to Columbus State and putting out one of their aces on the mound. And Jacob Lassier. Lassier, the senior out of Alpharetta, Georgia. It's number 14, Luke Hasty, back into the box for the Cougars. That one hit into the ground. Frost going to make the tag at second, and the double play is made. The Riley Frost to Phillip Ard connection connects this time to make the double play.
What a job by Jacob Lassier coming in, getting a double play on the first pitch. Erases that early single, no outs, and gives the Hawks 2 quick outs here in the top of the 8th inning.
And that one was a late ruling fair. Chizek gonna get to second base. That ball just barely in, just barely fair. And Columbus State answering right back to North Georgia's double play with a double base hit.
Looked like Starling stopped on that play in hopes that that ball would go foul, and it didn't for him.
Now Columbus State up to the top of their batting lineup. Cody Ferguson, 1 for 3 in their batter's box in this game. This one hit right up the middle, and Chisak is going to come home and tie this game at 4. We are now tied in the top of the 8th inning here in Dahlonega. Andrew Rubin now stepping back up for Columbus State. That pitch right down the middle for strike 1. Columbus State, Cody Ferguson at first. 2 outs on the board. Oh-2 count for Andrew Rubin. And Jacob Lassier strikes out Rubin to bring an end to the top of the 8th inning. Cougars tie it up at 4. We are headed to the bottom of the 8th. You're watching Nighthawk Baseball on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess.
An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
I'm here.
You've got a lot of reasons to be here.
I'm here.
That's why we're here at Georgia Heart Institute, where advanced heart attack treatment protocols are saving more hearts than anywhere else in the state. That's why we're here.
I'm here.
So you'll always be there. The future of heart care, we're leading Georgia there. Georgia Heart Institute.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want with NCAA.com, the home of college sports.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Devin Kupka, Bailey Vessel here for the Nighthawk Sports Network. Columbus State was able to tie things up in the top of the 8th inning. Cody Ferguson hit a ball rolling into center field, while Jackson Chizek came home to tie the game at 4 apiece. Edwin Bowman up to bat for North Georgia, currently a 2-1 count. Three-1. That one inside for strike number 2, full count. And Bowman will walk to first. And Kyle Robish back up to bat for the Nighthawks. 0-2 in today's game.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Robish square on the bunt here. Advance Bowman to second and give the Nighthawks a runner in scoring position for Philip Bard, who's been perfect today.
This is his third appearance. Or his fourth appearance, excuse me, in the batter box. Robish, the freshman out of Kennesaw. Giannani's pitch outside. Ball 1-1 count. Giannani's pitch goes for a strike. Robish was showing bunt. Got one on just on the outside, 2-2. Edwin Bowman on first for North Georgia. North Georgia looking to reclaim their lead. And now a full count for Robish. And Robish gets struck out. Philip Ard. Perfect on the day. Perfect on this game so far. 3 for 3.
It's really unfortunate there for the Nighthawks that Robish is unable to get the bunt down. Tried 3 different times, and Bowman still got to stay at first.
Ard's recorded 2 RBIs in this game so far. The 0-1. Now the 1-1. That pitch just on the outside for ball number 2. The Giannani in this game so far has struck out 5 batters in the 2 innings that he's pitched.
He struck out the next 3 batters in the Nighthawk lineup. This would be a big out if he was able to get Ard out.
The 2-2. That one on the outside, going to be a full count. Edwin Bowman on first for North Georgia. And that one, Giannani gets his second strikeout of the inning, bringing him to 6 total on the day. Jorge Arisfro up to bat for North Georgia. So, that one on the outside. That last pitch to Philip Ard had some fans a little hot. That one outside. Potentially a lot of, maybe some of the calls could be coming from Giannani's sidearm pitch style. Two one. That one outside for ball 3. That one just off the bat of Jorge Arisbro brings him to a full count. Edwin Bowman on first. Game tied at 4 in the bottom of the 8th. The full count. This one going to be fouled out of play. Jorge Arisbro hitting this one into left field will bring an end to the bottom of the 8th inning. We're tied at 4, and we are heading to the 9th right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Greatness. Greatness is defined as striving to succeed. It is giving everything you have to achieve your goals. It's not defined by the numbers of games you lose, the numbers of shots you miss, but it's the risk in failing that will define your greatness. You earn it by showing up early, by pushing yourself every day, by working harder than everyone else. And when you've reached that point of giving up, you don't. Most people are good, others are great. Find your greatness.
Cole Eisen up to bat for Columbus State. Top of the 9th. We are tied at 4 apiece. This one hit over into the direction of Brady Skipper, and the tag was made at first base for out number 1. Colby Brabston back up to bat for Columbus State. Pitch just outside, ball 1. Looks like a ball came out from Columbus State's dugout. Or potentially their bullpen. A pitch outside, ball number 3. North Georgia's got a couple of pitchers warming up in the bullpen. That one outside for ball number 4. And Brabson will walk to first. Win Johns up to bat. Looking to keep himself perfect in the game so far. This one will sail out of play for a foul ball, bringing us to strike number 1. That one outside. And the tag was made on time to second base. The throw to Robish to Skipper came up clutch.
And that's Robish's second person he's caught stealing here today, showcasing that arm.
And instead of a runner being on second base with one out, there are no runners on base with two outs. This one, a bomb into center field. And that one is out of here as Columbus State takes a 5-4 lead over North Georgia. Win John stays perfect in the game, hitting that home run. The Cougars take a 5-4 lead in the top of the ninth.
He's on fire today. It's his third home run between these two games. Gives the Cougars the lead, top of the ninth. That makes the throw by Robish even bigger to keep this lead at only one heading into the bottom of the ninth.
That first pitch just outside for a ball. Now a 2-0 count. That one's going to be fouled back. That one right down the middle. So the out will be made at first, and it will be. Columbus State's Win Johns hits a single home run, and Columbus State retakes the lead 5-4 over North Georgia. We'll be back for the bottom of the ninth right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Back with you here in Dahlonega. Win Johns hit a single home run in the top of the ninth. Columbus State taking a one-run lead over North Georgia. Skipper swinging at the first pitch from Giannani. This wouldn't be Skipper's first walk-off home run of the season. Or wouldn't be his first home run in the bottom of the ninth.
The Nighthawks desperately need it here in the bottom of the ninth. They got to get something going.
1-1 count. Skipper hits this one high, but it's going to be out of play and land on top of the field house.
Giannani's been dominant so far. He's only given up a 1 hit in 2.2 innings of work. Had 6 total strikeouts. Going to be a tall task for the Nighthawks to come back in this game.
That pitch outside. 2-2. Sun is starting to set in Dahlonega. Full count for Brady Skipper. A couple pitchers warming up in the bullpen for Columbus State. Skipper's going to hit this one over to the shortstop, and it's going to get tagged out at first for out number 1. Luke Starling, earlier today in Game 1, hit a grand slam for North Georgia. Looking to get his second home run of the game and tie this one up at 5. That pitch high and outside, ball 1. One count. This one gets hit into the ground, and the tag will be made out at first. Andrews Opata, the leadoff hitter for North Georgia, is up to bat.
This is exactly who the Nighthawks would want in this situation. Their leadoff hitter, sophomore, 2 for 3 on the day, has the lone hit on Giannani, had a triple in his last plate appearance against Giannani.
Andrews Opata, 2 home runs on the season. Gonna swing at the first pitch from Giannani. One count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Opata gonna ground this one over to Cody Ferguson, and the third out is made at first. And Columbus State wins game number 2 of today's doubleheader as they win 5-4 over North Georgia. And Bailey, what'd you see from the second game?
Second game, I was definitely impressed with the Cougars for bouncing back. Leo Giannani was extremely impressive, shut down the Nighthawk offense, only giving up 1 hit. He was very impressive. And then Wynn Johns, who was the hero for today for the Cougars, had 3 home runs on the day and got the top of the 9th home run. Excited to see game number 3. This has been back and forth series, and expect the same in game number 3.
It's going to be an exciting one tomorrow indeed. First pitch for tomorrow's game and third and final game of the series scheduled for 1 p.m. right here at Bob Stein Stadium. You can catch that right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. A heartbreaker tonight. North Georgia falling to Columbus State 5-4. You can stay tuned to the Nighthawk Sports Network tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time as we'll be taking on Columbus State in Game 3 of our 3-game series. For Devin Kupka and Bailey Vessel and the entire Nighthawk Sports Network crew, saying so long from Dahlonega. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the Nighthawk Sports Network. Once again, your final score, Columbus State 5, North Georgia 4.